What is up, you guys? So I said I was gonna live at 2:30, and then I was like, no, it's probably gonna be 3:30, and then life and projects, and here we are. I don't know what time it is. It's not 2:30. So I have learned, this is sad, over a bunch of time, that I always thought I was a planner, and I'm not, and I actually don't like when I have to plan things. So here we are. So what do I want to talk about, you guys? It's been a little bit since I've been on here. It's been kind of a crazy journey for me the last few months. So kind of wanted to share my story, and then, hey, Erin, and then talk about a little bit about control. So a lot of you know my story. You know I joined Hunger for Happiness. Oh my gosh, I don't even know, 9 months ago, 10 months ago now? I don't even know. It's not 10. It's like 8 months ago. And everything has shifted for me. So when I started that program, I was in just a bad place in so many reasons. And I was overwhelmed, and I was trying to control everything. And I was, like trying to figure out the how and just everything, right? I was holding on for dear life to try to figure out what was going to give, how I was going to make it give, what I was going to do to like make it happen. And when we started the program, I've talked a little bit before about this. When we started the program, Sam said, you have to like let go and control. And I was like, I don't do that. I'm a control freak. I'm a, multitasker. I'm all these things. And all of that has come to be completely different for me now. So when I realized that, my light is terrible, you guys. When I realized that, I didn't control anything. And my whole life I've been fighting against control. And what happens when you push against something? It pushes back, right? Like when you push against something, it's not going to open up to you. It's going to push away from you. So for me, in the last 4 months, probably, I've really started to get a lot more into my soul, into my spirit, into leaning into the universe, into understanding that like I get to create what I want to see, and that I get to do that creation, in my head first and with my soul, and really figure out what my desires are. Then I get to set my intentions. I get to give them to the universe. I still get to do the work, right? Like I'm not going to set my intentions to the universe and then just like sit on my hands. That's not going to work. But that like I get to sense those intentions. I get to feel into them. I get to so clear on what it is I'm going to create, and then it happens, right? And then it happens. And when I was trying to control it, it didn't happen. It just pushed against me. There was never any flow. There was never any surrender. You guys, like I was so stuck. So to me, and I'm going to talk about how my program's going, the one that I'm coaching now, but hustle and control go hand in hand. And what I learned is that hustle is a very masculine energy, which I thrive in, which is not serving me all the time. Like you need to have masculine and feminine energy. I have always thrived in the hustle, in the go, in the whatever, in the chasing perfectionism and all of that stuff. And none of that was serving me. Like it wasn't getting me anywhere. It was just getting me stressed out. It was getting me anxious. It was getting me up at night, worrying about stuff. It was making me lose my mind when we were late. I did a post about that last week when it snowed, and I was like, a year ago I would have been stressing out and freaking out that I'm going to be late for the gym, even though Brandon was there, and there was nothing I could do about it. But this year, without thinking about it, I got to just instead like hang out with my kids and listen to them sing and just know that like it's all okay, right? I can't control it. I can't control traffic. I should have left earlier and I didn't, so whatever. Like there was no point in stressing about it. But a year ago, I was so wrapped up in anxiety. I did a video at the beginning. So last year I did a Whole30, a little bit of my journey. Last year I did a Whole30 at the beginning of January, and I went under the context that I was just wanting to detox, and I'd been sick, and I just wanted to feel better, and I knew I needed to get that junk out of my system, which was true. But to be honest, you guys, the underlying part of that was that I've always had an eating disorder. I've always had that food restriction thing. I've always had that thing. And so, yeah, my context was I want to get healthy, I want to do, it was that. But, like, was it awesome to me when I got leaner and I lost some weight? Of course it was. And the problem, and I did a video and it was talking about, like, literally, I was talking about control, and I said, the coolest part is that there's so many things going on, and the gym was in a super stressful time last year, and we've since made some investments. It's been amazing, but I was like, everything is, I feel like everything around me is falling apart, so I know the one thing I can do is control my food, right? And that's what I said in this video. And honestly, listening to the video, it sounded like great advice. The problem was that for me, the intention was not good. The intention was control. The intention was control that because everything else felt like it was spiraling out of control. And what that ended up leading me down was a super shitty path, and right back in my eating disorder, and right back into my misery of hating my body, and right back into that. because my intention wasn't good. And so what I started to learn about control, so we did, I started my coaching program, me coaching, 6 weeks ago. So it's called Flow. A lot of you have heard about it, but the idea is fiercely loving and owning your worth. And so I'm working with these women and a couple men on, what does it mean to give up control? So we started with the 6 human needs, and I've taught on this a little bit before, but one of the first main 6 human need is certainty. And so when we started talking about certainty is a great thing, right? So all these needs you can meet in a positive or negative way. So a positive way of meeting certainty is knowing, that you have people that love you, knowing that you have a morning routine that sets the tone of your day. Like, that's great, right? But the negative of certainty is control. And so many women in my group and that I've talked to are like, it's so hard to give up control. It's like, no, I need to have control. If I don't have control, everything's going to spin out of control or spiral down, and it's like when you're holding on so tight to controlling things, you're not controlling it. It's controlling you. And like learning that to move forward, you have to let go. And to move forward, you have to surrender. And to have flow, you have to let go. Like, that's hard. That's really freaking hard. It was so hard for me. But as I've gotten through this and as I've started to release control and I've started to understand that I can't control anything, but I can create everything, everything has changed, you guys. Like, the opportunities that are opening up in my world, the people that are coming into it, the abundance that's flowing, like lack is gone, the abundance that's flowing, just abundance is an energy, you guys. Yes, sometimes it's money, but it's an energy, right? Just the flow has been crazy. But what it took was me releasing control and knowing that I don't get to control it. And like me on the food side of things, just being like, okay, I can listen to my body. That's okay. The thing for me, you guys, and the thing for most of us is that when we really, really want control, it's fear. It comes from fear. It doesn't come from love. And that was the thing for me. I shouldn't hold my phone, you guys. My shoulders are really sore. And that was the thing for me, that it was like I was coming from fear. Everything I was doing was coming from fear and not from love. And when I shifted that to, I want to come from a place of love, like, what can I do to love myself? What can I do to love my life? What can I do to love, my body? Everything changed, right? Like, the actions were a lot still the same, but coming from love and understanding I could trust myself and understanding that I didn't have to control it for it to turn out exactly like I wanted it to, or honestly, you guys, turn out even better than I thought I wanted it to. Like, the stuff that's starting to happen in my life I couldn't even have dreamed of when I was trying to control them. Because when you're controlling it, you're not open to the universe, you're not open to universal intelligence, you're not open to the things that life is trying to give you coming into your world, because you're so set on what it has to be like and what it has to look like and how it has to go. So when you guys think about control, like, feel into that. When you're trying to control something, what's it coming from? It's probably coming from fear. Deep down inside, there's some fear that if you don't control it, something else is going to happen. So like, where's that fear? What's the belief? What's the underlying belief? Like, is it that something bad is going to happen? Is it that if you're not controlling it, then, like, what's the reason? What's the fear? For me, the fear was, if I can control this, then I can feel like I have some safety in my life. I can feel like I have control of something. But I didn't, because what I thought I was controlling was my macros and my food was keeping me so stuck and so in the wrong place. And guys, it kept me in lack. Like, restricting my food for me, I had this huge revelation a couple days ago. I'm going to go on a tangent because it was crazy. But I had this realization that when I've restricted my food since I was 16. I'm going to be 42 in 2 days. You do the math, that's a long freaking time. I realized that when I was restricting my food, it put me in such a lack mindset. It put me in a lack energy where everything was lacking. And it's like, the world's not going to bring you abundance. It's not going to bring you amazing opportunities when you're in lack. So what can you do to feed your body and let go of control and feed your body good things so that you can have abundance and you can have flow? Like, just lean into it and trust yourself. Your body is not going to give you anything you can't handle. Your body will tell you if you open up and you listen. It'll tell you when you're hungry. It'll tell you when you're sad. It'll tell you when you need something. But you have to listen to it. And you can't listen when you're in control. You can only listen when you're in love. And you can only listen when you're open. And you can only listen when you surrender. And that's hard. But once you surrender, you guys, it's so good. Like, it's so good. I cannot even explain. When I surrendered and I decided I was going to create with the universe exactly what I wanted, it all came. And you guys have that power. So think about it. Like, where is your fear? What's driving you? what do you need support with? Like, reach out to me. I am so fired up about this stuff. Like, I would love to help you guys. And I know the girls in my group are really putting in the work to get these breakthroughs. And there have been so many amazing breakthroughs and so many tears and so many realizations. And I just love it because they're shifting and they're changing and they're putting in the work to change their lives. And you guys, it happens so fast. Like, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you're in a power struggle, if you feel like you're in a control battle, like, there's a different way. There's a way to get back in your body. There's a way to breathe. There's a way to, like, undo overwhelm. Just find it, right? I'm happy to share. I've got some meditations now if you guys want them. I just want you guys all to find that freedom and let go of control and lean into certainty and lean into flow and be open to, like, everything the world has for you. So that's what I have today. I've been reflecting a ton on this year, and the changes are the last year since my birthday. The changes are crazy. Like, first of all, I'm having a little bit of a hard time, and I'm going to do a video on my birthday, but, like, realizing that I'm 42, because that means I've been 21 for 21 years. I'm not sure how that happened because I don't really feel that old, but it is what it is. So anyway, you guys, that's what I have for you. If you have questions, if you, like, if this struck a chord with you and you're like, but I want to control things, I don't know how to let go, I don't know how to surrender, I don't know how to create, hit me up, send me a DM. Love to help you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.